Yo, what up? It's your boy Dreadlocks here, and this is a video about uncombing your dreadlocks. And today I decided to sit down in my backyard and comb out some of these locks, because since I've made that trimming, it's been a lot easier to access the innards of these dreads, and I have found myself slowly looking through them, because since I have cut them, I noticed that there was some gunk and fluff and shit inside my locks, and that sparks my curiosity to find out what's really inside. So I ended up combing out a couple of my locks, and you can see here I've been using my crochet hook to just undo these braids, as you can see, and it's been working fine. I did undo the full length of this lock plus another one, and I was surprised that I found this inside of it. Sorry about the macro shot, is a little unfocused, but that little white spot in the middle, as harmless as it looks out of focus, if it was sharp, that is what you call mold, my friends. And this is the same shit that my buddy Hunter had in his locks, and I can tell it's mold because you can pick it out and it fluffs. It's not like it's a solid. You know, I was picking this out throughout the whole lock. I mean, not the whole lock, but you know, certain intervals I was finding these clumps in this lock here. So this is why I was so interested to find out what was really inside these knot locks. And I think I'm realizing now that the way that I have built these locks is not the most beneficial, because it does indeed trap residue and water underneath the interlocking folds. So it's unfortunate that I've been finding this nuisance of a substance inside these locks. So I basically kept on picking it out, and I just wanted to make sure it was what it was. Apparently, if you do apple cider vinegar rinse, it will deep cleanse your locks, and it helps to fight against mold and buildup. And basically, you have lemon juice, apple cider vinegar, tea tree oil, lavender oil, lemon juice, whatever, and a couple other ingredients for making that concoction. But I never ended up doing it. I did want to do it, but I realized that, I don't know, I think I just got lazy and I just didn't want to do it. But look at all the loose hair that comes out of having the locks. Taking the locks out, I realized that there is indeed a lot of things built up in there, including residue, dead hair, dandruff, hair follicles, a bunch of shit. And look at that, I kept on going through the lock and I found more. So like that was, you know, another inch or two up the dread, and I found another patch of mold like that. So it's not consistent throughout the whole lock, inch by inch, but you know, every few inches there'll be another buildup of this shit, and it was really getting to me. So yeah, I'm just here picking it out, and basically I spent about half an hour just trying to get this lock out. For one, to see if I could undo the whole lock itself, and two, to see what was inside of it. I did just wash my hair at this point. This is why it's so much easier for me to get the locks out compared to doing it when my hair was completely dry. There's nothing here now. And here is the third patch of mold I've just found here in this single lock. I would not sit here and take out each lock like this. If I were to be combing out my dreads, Although look, it is possible to comb out locks. And I always wondered if like my hair was still in fact intact if I were to undo all these knots, and it looks like I would be able to comb out my hair if I were to take out my dreads. And imagine I had hair like this all the way down. It's so long. But now I'm just seeing, I'm experimenting to see how much of this I can actually take out. And I'll probably end up just cutting off this lock once I'm done experimenting with it here. Because now that I trimmed them, it gave me an access point to unravel one of these things. And this is one of the locks that I combined into three into one a few years ago. You can see now how it's like a split dragon tail, whatever, with the three, and then it's just the one lock at the top. So I'm just undoing one of the three locks here, just to kind of see, you know, what is really inside my dreads. Because after I cut them off, I was looking in the middle of some of the locks, and some of the locks were like black, and then, which is like my hair color, and some of them were like white. And like the ones with the white in the middle, I thought it was lint, but it doesn't really make sense how lint would get like right in the middle. But the way that my hair folds over itself with these knots, almost like a braid, like a two-strand braid, I think it's leaving room for water and moisture to get caught. And that's why I'm finding mold, dry mold, in here. I mean, it's not on all the loops, but it's on some of them. But like there's a little bit more right here, but for the most part it's, and see how it fluffs off when I touch it? That's how you know that it's mold. Lint wouldn't dissipate like that. I'm just using a crochet hook with a broken tip, so it's basically just a needle, and I'm just sticking that in and pulling out the lock braid. And this is the thing, this is why my hair is not really locked, it's just braided, because locks don't form this way. Locks would be like completely smooth kind of the whole way down without any like you can see how my locks are just like folded over and over again. A real lock would just be cylindrical with no kinks and shit like that going through it. But you can see how mine's like braided like a rope, combined with other strands and twisted together. Whereas opposed to dread, an actual dreadlock would just be hair matted together like this, so you wouldn't find, it would be like this, and you wouldn't find all those loops and kinks, because pretend that would be the lock. If that was matured, it would be solid, one piece of hair connected the whole way down. But the way I have done it is a lot different. We're almost there, and actually the mold seems to have given up a bit as I get to the top. It was more so just at the bottom. Yeah, I'm not really finding too much more. I mean, it's not throughout my whole lock, it's just at different spots on different locks, which is still enough to kind of like drive you insane and have you worry about the condition of your hair and how healthy it is. This is why I may need to start a new lock journey with actual locks. Let's see how they turn out. Oh my god, I'm almost here. And this is what it's meant by combing out your locks. You can really sit there and go through each one and take them all out. It does work. Like, check it out. This is my hair. There's a lot of dead hair coming out of it as well, because dead hair will collect. The hair that falls out is still trapped in your lock, so Okay, check this out. Now look. Like that hair is coming out. So that's how my hair is naturally. This is how much hair just came out of that one lock. So you can imagine if I were to comb out my whole head, how much of that will come out. So in fact, this is still connected to my head. And look at that. Look at how my hair really is. Like that's my natural hair texture. And surprisingly enough, that still doesn't dread easy. You would think it would, since I'm half black, it would dread easy, but it doesn't. That's why I went with this knot locking technique. Like, look at that. It's long, man. Probably could comb out that whole lock, but probably just gonna leave it like that. So that's the end of this video. It's a long ass video.